This is literally the only other hero he's played lately. And then we have a Huskar against the Darkseer once more.
Yeah, and it's nice. No, he's gonna get the courier. Come on. He's gonna go back for the item.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too
here we
obvious.
go. Okay.
These tricks don't work anymore.
I was gonna say, if he went for the block and didn't stop the courier snipe, I would have been... Whatever.
Yeah, the way Solo's playing is actually so smart because he didn't show up for those last two last hits, and so they make the assumption he's actually moved on. And then once he reappears, oh, it's actually just in time for the roll to come in. But I think that they were thinking that he could get away.
He is gonna draw 3 of them. He is unfortunately dusted and will most likely go down. There's our first blood. Yeah, they are having a blast. Solo is gonna go. One more auto attack. Got it. And Solo getting a big amount of gold. He can upgrade the courier now.
Next assassin to go in the jungle, and maybe that's potentially the fault of Empires.
Oh,
Scandal.
Okay, the Spirit Siphon's not going to be helping them out. Solo in a little bit of trouble, going to get deaded right here. One more auto attack.
Well, what are you going to do when he just has Armlet? I don't know if that's enough to really go crazy. No one fakes out the RP mid.
You say fake it. I think he was like, if that lands, we're doing it, since Solo was
oh yeah,
out
for
there.
sure.
But he realized it would not, so he backs it on up. And we will be seeing the Vanguard coming out of the AM. Oh, again with the skewer forwards. There is the RP, and they will not get her! The deny from the Bane. Super well played there from King R. They used a lot for that. Now they've got the roll in. There's going to be a nice smoke screen, stopping the Impale from immediately coming out. The Impale also off the mark. No one throwing out another shockwave. Solo unable to do too much. They even rock kick over to make sure that there's no follow-up. But the glimpse backwards. The Earth Spirit silenced up again by the smoke screen. And they will get themselves a kill, finally, after that painful deny.
Like, the actual initiation range of the Riki is just huge.
Yeah. Oh, they do dust him up, though, and now he's in a lot of trouble. They are chasing deep. He actually tries to go under the smoke cloud. He is trying to go fight against Ramsey, just buying time here in this smoke. But unfortunately, there will be a nightmare. And it's looking like Solo will... Actually, will he go down? He won't go down. They drop a sentry on him, though. Do manage to pick him off.
That may be correct.
I mean, you never know, and he played it the right way. He played it safe, which I think is the right way. You're in the 3rd game of a decider match. This is who goes home, who gets to... I mean, you both technically stay at home. We're playing video games, guys, but you know what I mean. There's a line on the line. So,
This chat's coming in here, preventing Ramses from immediately getting it. Green now enough to save poor Solo as he does go down once more. 4 deaths to his name. All 4 kills for Team Empire. Just this poor Riki.
Already has 1 death working on those drums. It's gonna be hard. Here we go. Magnus misses the RP! And that'll be the end of that.
No concern about him setting up for any sort of TPs. Allows FN to be even more aggressive. They're going top lane again, trying to bait in Ramses.
Solo does manage to jump away. They have thrown out the dust, and now they're in a bad spot. But immediately, Sioma getting opened up. Oh, needs some help here. Won't be able to really glimpse anyone away. Will just burn down. They still haven't killed anyone. Mag gonna be the next one to fall victim to that. They're finally, maybe... No, Maposhka eats those 1 charges. Solo uses tricks of the trades. Will not quite get enough onto Ramses there, and now looking to burn down himself. What a disaster coming out there for VEGA in the top lane. They got nothing.
Ramses can just look to pressure with that exorcism too. Wants to come in.
Just manages to get that tower. Now actually thinking of getting some more. There is the boulder roll. Skewers over to the side. No one eating the Crypt Swarm. Doesn't go down. A beautiful kinetic field static storm onto Scandal. Will it be enough? They've already taken out the Earth Spirit. There's the glimpse backwards, and this should be the pickup on Scandal. No mana there. Nothing for the Spirit Siphon. Will not have drums for another few seconds here. Does manage to get enough mana for 1 Spirit Siphon by popping the 1, and suddenly Afterlife is there. Solo gonna fall. For this Riki, obviously it does feel like Solo had some decent impact in the early game. We may actually murder Afterlife. Do we have detection for Afterlife into the cloud? But doesn't matter, had already popped that. Now a big silence coming out from Scandal. Afterlife gonna open up on the sidelines onto no one. And Magnus just not catching a break.
Oh boy. Well, there's that Roshan that we're talking about here. Exorcism, it's back online. I don't even know if you need to use it, honestly. He doesn't have the mana for it. I don't think you pop it. Like, what are you scared of if Magnus doesn't buy back, right? And you're not expecting him to buy back and make his way over there, so no reason to pop it. Roshan can basically Huskar can basically solo Roshan at this point in the game generally. So this means they can transition that into an additional push. There's going to be a rotation from VEGA up top, knowing they can't contest. But they could even defend this if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think he just has to go now for the Malta. He's committed. Oh, I mean, okay, we're 13 minutes in. I shouldn't say he's committed. But, like, you know what I mean. I feel like it's just better. He's like, okay, if I start on it now... Yeah.
Like, he needs just damage to try and kill this Huskar. He's the only one that really has that physical damage besides the Riki. And maybe it'll be enough through the Empower that if you jack those two up, we'll see. Mech now done. That'll at least help their team fight up against this Huskar.
Yeah, except they're still up against a Huskar with an Omelette, with an Aegis. They've also got a Death Prophet drums casually on the sides to buff everyone up. Buff up that Huskar some more, you know? Let's give him some more attack speed. And Afterlife, who had such an awful time in lane, is getting really close to a Blink Dagger.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, like Empire opened up with the Death Prophet draft, which makes you start thinking things like single target focus and trying to bring down those people. And despite opening up with it, Vega went into this whole team fight thing, where they had the Darkseer and Disruptor opening right up. Like, that blatantly tells you AoE damage, not single core focus, and so Empire just go right back for this Huskar. And now you have two tanky targets.
A nice all-peep, but immediately the Fiend's Grip coming out of the
King
nowhere on
R.
the silence as well. They throw out the Magnetize, and this is not gone the way they want. FN backing up, trying to save himself. Sioma gonna fall. That should be a tier 1, a 3, maybe even a Rax. It's looking like this thing is going down. Where is the fight? They don't have buybacks. They're gonna lose a full lane of Rax. And there's nothing they can do about it. Wall vacuum comes out, but there is the dunk. Ramsey's just jumping forwards, back up pretty much to full. Still has the Aegis as well. FN in a lot of trouble. And we are seeing a 15-minute Rax going the way of Empire.
That was actually insane. I mean, I know he had the ward up, but it's so crazy. And Kara, I didn't think he was even in vision of that, but hey, it looks like no one must have snuck right in there. So precasting the Fiend's Grip when he blinks in. Just King Air Dota. It's like, you can say you can just have a target and he's going to blink in, but at the same time you have to keep pacing back and forth, make sure you're not going to be in the range of the RP, make sure that it's like constantly being cast and canceled and cast and canceled. So, I mean, I'm impressed. He totally saved that fight. It is all AoE though. Honestly, I'm not even sure if they skewered them back in if you can guarantee those kills.
You might just bring the enemies to you.
Yeah, like it is just all AoE right now. It's not enough single focus for what they need until they're going to get up to these bigger items for potentially even solo having to get some, and mostly the anti-mage.
We have some of the business going on. They're looking for a pick on Afterlife, but manages with the spiked carapace to buy enough time for Scandal to come in. There's going to be the Crypt Swarm, the roll on forwards, and no one is dead again. AM trying to do what he can. Instead, will just blink between the towers, but going from bad to worse for VEGA.
Just wanted a free kill, guys. Why gotta be like that?
Not finding it all. Anything they want, and if we look, it is a 10,000 net worth lead for Empire. It's going to be only a 3,000 lead when it comes to experience, but that gold, that's full finished items. That's a Heaven's Halberd coming out of this Huskar.
Yeah, there's still a minute left on this Aegis too. They just want to go high ground. Exorcism back in 5 seconds. Halberd now delivered. Let's see what's mentioned here. Oh, what else do we have on there? The Aether Lens as well. Nice.
Yeah, suddenly Empire have everything they need to siege another Rax, and they're
what
gonna
do you
do it. I think
RP?
you cry softly, first of all. No,
you need
just
this attack speed from FN. Like, he needs to get back, get empowered, and just get in the middle of this fight. That's the only way, is if he's just non-stop right-clicking.
Well, a nice smoke cloud coming out. Ramsey's gonna start working on the creeps. There is the ult.
Look at the positioning. It's just fantastic, though. Like, what are you gonna RP right now? There's nothing. There is nothing here for Magnus.
Well, they're smoked up, hoping they can get something else. There's going to be the jump in onto Ramsey's, going to the left again, a vacuum back onto 2, putting the wall there, but immediately double Spirit Siphon coming out from Scandal. She's taking no damage. There it is, no one tempted to go for it, but no, isn't able to. Gets Fiends drifted up anyway, in a lot of trouble, getting brought down here. Tricks of the Trade, desperately popped by the Rikimaru, but it will not be enough to take out Ramsey's. He does still have the Aegis, that should be going down soon, but it's not enough. They've lost 2 sets of Rax.
He held the RP, and maybe he's thinking he can get back in, but hesitation, there's just no way that's going to win you this fight.
And now they're picking off everyone. That's going to be the Aegis. GG's are cold. And that is going to be a clean, dominating win coming out from Empire. After the first 2 games, not how I thought this one would go.
Well, sometimes you get Huskar, but at the same time, like, they showed this single core draft immediately just through the Death Prophet, right? Like, you know you need some way to take care of her, try and burst her down quickly. And I don't think VEGA were prepared for a Death Prophet, let alone a Huskar, that only accentuated it and like really pointed out how low their single target damage was going to be and how greedy this lineup overall was. Like without that damage, they had so much control. But once again, without that Queen of Pain final pick, maybe that was just the keystone ban that sealed it here.